Welcome to English for Medical Postgraduates, Reading and Writing. Today, we're going to talk about autism. Have you ever been in touch with any autistic children? Autistic children are sometimes called children from the stars, but the reality is by no means as beautiful as the name suggests. Their eyes tell us that they're different from other children. Carefree joys are far away from their childhood. Do you know how it feels like to be autistic? Here's an animation simulating the feelings of sensory overload. Let's take a look. This animation gives the viewers a glimpse into sensory overload. The boy is very sensitive to light and sound. He has difficulty processing intense and multiple sensory experiences at once. All the sounds around him panic him and overwhelm him. He also has difficulty interacting with people. So does the girl, Hannah, whose case is discussed in the text. So, the text starts with a description of Hannah's conditions, a profoundly autistic girl. Afterwards, the author tells the readers that although the causes of autism are unknown to the public, but she reveals 4 surprising findings. And then, quoting data from CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the author shows the rising incidence and the causes of this rising incidence of autism. Afterwards, she gives an analysis of the autistic brain, showing the differences between autistic brain and normal brain. After that, she gives a future prospect. Okay, now let's examine the 5 parts one by one. The first part relates a miraculous recovery of an autistic girl, Hannah. So this girl is endowed with very unusual talents like photographic memory and very unusual peripheral vision. And she is also super sensitive to visual and audio input. Now let's get a more detailed understanding of the text. You may have problems understanding the phrase move mountains. Here, move mountains means to make every effort to achieve something difficult. So, the overall sentence means they had made every effort to help improve her senses of an overall health. They gave her various therapy and a lot of emotional support. Here, they refers to Hannah's parents, teachers, and therapists. And I think you may also have difficulty understanding the phrase occupational therapy and physical therapy. Physical therapy means the treatment of muscles and joints by physical means, including exercises and massage. And I think occupational therapy is less often read by the readers than the physical therapy. So occupational therapy is what this old man in the picture is receiving. It means occupational therapists help people in developing the skills needed for self-care, work, and leisure, which are necessary for independent and satisfying lives. Occupational therapists also helps children with autism to complete tasks of their daily living, like tying shoes and buttoning the shirt. It helps children to improve the response to light and sound, and to learn keyboards and handwriting. So Hannah in the story has got several different talents. One of the talent is photographic memory. Let's take a look at the sentence. Do you have a photographic memory? This is the sentence from paragraph 4, asked by his therapist. Speaking of photographic memory, who comes into your mind? Is it Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory? Or Lexi Gray from Grey's Anatomy? Sure, both of them have photographic memory. They can remember things and all the details they see after a few instances of exposure. But they are both fictional characters. What about in reality? Are there any real persons that have photographic memory? Of course. For example, this man. He is called Stephen Wilshire, and he was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. And he was a British architectural artist, and he was able to draw and paint pictures of the architecture from his memory after just seeing them for once. Isn't that amazing? And another special talent by Hannah, the autistic girl, is peripheral vision. Like in this sentence, it says, gazing directly at things is difficult, so she often relies on her almost preternatural peripheral vision. Here, preternatural means unusual. And what is peripheral vision? It is sight vision. It means the ability to see objects and movement outside of the direct vision of the eye. Like this is a peripheral vision. So what are the symptoms and the characters of Hannah, this autistic girl? What symptoms or characteristics does Hannah show? Here are some sentences taken from paragraph 2 and paragraph 5, showing Hannah's symptoms. Hannah, whose speech was limited to snatches of songs, echoed dialogues, and unintelligible utterances, is profoundly autistic, and doctors thought she was most likely retarded. Please look at these words like snatches of songs. It means fragments of songs, not a whole complete song. And echoed dialogue, it means repeated words or phrases. And unintelligible utterances, what does this mean? It refers to the voices that are unable to be understood. And retarded. Retarded means to be slow or limited in the development of intellectual or mental ability. Okay. Another sentence from paragraph 5. Hannah is so acutely sensitive to sound that, and still from paragraph 5, she is also hypersensitive to visual input. Actually, acutely sensitive and hypersensitive, these two phrases mean the same. Hyper is a prefix, means having too much of a quality. So both phrases mean that Hannah is very or super sensitive to sound and light. And here is a summary of the expressions for characteristics of autism. Let's have a quick look at them. Snatches of songs, echoed dialogues, unintelligible utterances, retarded, acutely sensitive, or hypersensitive. Then, what are the other symptoms? Are these symptoms exhaustive? No. Let's hear what Dr. David Hill has to say about this.